We are delighted and honored to be able to announce a new award being presented today, especially in the company of you, dear Hazur. It is with great pleasure that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community Canada launched the Sir Muhammad Zafrulla Khan Distinguished Public Service Award in recognition of outstanding contributions in the fields of politics and overall service to humanity. This award is named after a significant member of the community whose career in all three branches of public life, judiciary, legislative, and executive, spanned more than half a century, and whose accomplishments read like the combined who's who listings of a score of distinguished individuals. Zafrulla Khan started life as a lawyer in then British India, rapidly developing a reputation for integrity and successful advocacy of criminal cases. He was then successively member of the Viceroy's Executive Cabinet, judge in the Indian Judiciary, and later President of the United Nations General Assembly 17th session, judge at and later President of the International Court of Justice at The Hague. With this understanding of the award's name, let me tell you about the recipient of this award. The recipient of this award completed a Bachelor of Arts degree from Glendon College and a law degree from Osgoode Hall Law School. Enjoying many different careers as a lawyer, businessman, and elected public official, this recipient has been responsible for 5 different ministries of the Government of Ontario, including the Minister of Finance. Serving on a number of boards and committees, this year's recipient promotes cultural diversity and champions work that speaks to freedom of conscience. He's been a true friend of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community for the last 2 decades, assisting when necessary to promote the true values and teachings of this community. He supported and advocated for the establishment of Bait al-Islam Mosque, inaugurated in 1992. In 2010, when religious extremists attacked 2 mosques in Lahore, Pakistan, resulting in the unfortunate massacre of a large number of worshippers, he delivered a strong statement in the Ontario legislature condemning such attacks and continuous persecution of Ahmadi Muslims. He continues to champion service towards humanity through his work and support for Run for Vaughan, an event that has been raising funds for the future Vaughan Hospital. It is with great pleasure and extreme honor that we present the Honourable Greg Sobora, Member of Provincial Parliament, with the Sir Muhammad Zafrulla Khan Distinguished Public Service Award.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Holiness, my colleagues in government, special guests, members of this great Ahmadiyya community at this 36th Dulce Salana, I am tremendously honored by the bestowal of this award. You have touched me to the bottom of my heart. It is something that I am entirely unworthy of, but I accept with humility and great pride. You know, my relationship, Your Holiness, with this community is a love affair, speaking of love for all, a love affair that has spanned some 27 years. It goes back to the early days when the garden of this community was just being planted. And you know, like all gardens, some of you are gardening in your backyards, as my wife and I are during these great summer days. Some of you will know that a great garden needs 3 elements. It needs nourishing soil, it needs a high quality of seed, and it needs the work of a great gardener. In this case, the soil is Canada, a soil that nourishes and celebrates the development and growth of cultures from every corner of the world. And the seed in this case is the profound faith of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, driven by this foundation stone of love for all and hatred for none. And the gardeners, the tenders, Your Holiness, are the leadership, your leadership, the leadership of my dear friend Naseem Mahdi, who is now tending another garden to the south, and now Lal Khan Malik, who takes the spiritual life of all of us in his great hands. And you know, back then, 27 years ago, a young garden is susceptible to the parasites of prejudice and the ill winds of ignorance. And it was the leadership and your faith that has allowed this garden to flourish. And now it flourishes right across this great country. But unlike the garden in my backyard that provides food for the flesh, this garden provides sustenance for the spirit. And it is my hope that this 36th Dulce Salana renews your spirit, strengthens your faith, gives you the power and the resolve to live through the other 363 days where we have to meet the ebb and flow of daily life. I want to say one word about the man, the great man in whom this award is named, Justice Khan. Surely over the past 150 years, one of the truly great men of this small planet called Earth. And not to be presumptuous, if he were here today, I think he would, first of all, celebrate the quality of the Canadian soil that has allowed the Ahmadiyya Muslim community to thrive in 10 provinces and 3 territories. And I think he would call once again for the end of the blasphemy laws in Pakistan that has been the result of such horrible persecution. And finally, I think he would wish all of you great success, certainly in your private lives, but in your spiritual lives together. Thank you very much for this. May God bless all of you.